Okay, these are the notes for some of the angles in a triangle and for exterior angle theorem. And they're both very similar, very close to each other. All right, this should just be a quick review as a middle school topic, but the sum of all the angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. So it does not matter what type of triangle it is. If you add up all three angles in a triangle, it always adds up to 180 degrees. Now, in this first example here, this angle is 25. This angle, remember, a box represents 90 degrees. So if I need to find the missing angle here, remember, all three of them just need to add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to do 90 plus 25. That's 115, and then do 180 minus 115, and it should give me 65. So this angle here, x, 65 degrees. All right. All right, next one, I'm going to do the same thing. I know two angles. I should be able to find this third one. Add up the two you know. And then whatever that is, subtract from 180. All right, so again, I'm going to do 180 minus 135. X is going to be 45, so this angle here is 45 degrees. And again, if you don't think it's right, go back and add all three of them together. Have to add up to 180, all right? All right, this one's a little bit different. We have two triangles. I need to find angles 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to start with this triangle on the right simply because I already have two angles here. So I've got 71 and 57. That adds up to 128. So then I'm going to do 180 minus 128, and I get 52. So angle 2 is 52. Now, this angle goes back to what we did last week. This is a linear pair. That's two angles that are beside each other. Remember, that makes half a circle, straight line, supplementary, whatever you want to call it. Those two angles need to add up to 180. So if I do 180 minus 57, then I should get my answer. It's 123. Now that I have these two angles, I should easily be able to find angle 3. So I'm going to do 123 plus 28. That gives me 151. Then I'm going to do 180 minus 151. I should get 29. So angle 3 is 29 degrees. And that's it. All right. All right, this one's kind of similar. I do see that right there and that right there. And that vertical angles. Vertical angles are always equal to each other. So this one is 90. This one is 40. So I can do 90 plus 40. That's 130. 180 minus 130 should be 50. So this angle here is 50 degrees. Now, remember, vertical angles always equal each other. This piece of pizza and that piece of pizza are the same size. So angle 2 must be 40 degrees. Well, if I know angle 2 is 40 and I know this other angle is 95, isn't that enough to find angle 3? So 95 plus 40. So that's 5 there. It's 135. So now I'm going to need to do 180 minus 135. That angle here is 45. And that's all your missing angles right there. Remember, sum of all the angles in a triangle have to add up to 180. All right. Another example here. You got three triangles here. So why don't we go with that one first? because I already see two angles, 58 and 65. I think I can solve that one. So I've got 58, 65. I'm going to add those two together. So 58 plus 65 is 123. Then I'm going to do 180 minus 123. And I should get 57. Now, keep in mind, if this angle's 57, isn't its vertical angle right here also 57? So is that enough to solve for angle 1? You got 67 here and 57 here. So let's do 57 plus 67. So 57 plus 67 is 124. And then do 180 minus 124. That should give you angle 1. That's 56. Now, what do we know about this angle here? Isn't it a linear pair to that one right there? So that means those two angles should add up to equal 180. So if I do 180 minus 57, I should have that top angle. So 180 minus 57, we're back to 123 again. All right. Now, this symbol right here, that curve mark and that curve mark, means those two angles are congruent. So if you see that in a triangle, that means those two angles are equal to each other. Well, if these two angles are equal to each other, couldn't I do 180 minus 123 and divide it by 2? So if I did 180 minus 123, that's 57. Now if I did 57 divided by 2, that should be angle 5 and angle 6. That's 28.5. You don't always have to have a perfect number here. Each one of these angles should be 28.5. All right? Now, sometimes you'll see a word problem. Sometimes I have these problems listed on Schoology. I don't have to draw the triangle for you. As long as I give you the three angles, they have to add up to 180. So I'm giving you each angle. You can draw it out if you want to. Angle A is x, angle B is 2x, and angle C is 2x plus 15. What do we know about all the angles in a triangle? They have to add up to 180. So we want to solve for x and find the measure of each angle. So I'm going to do x plus 2x plus 2x plus 15 and set that equal to 180. Now clean it up. X, 2x, and 2x. Isn't that 5x plus 15 equals 180? Subtract 15 from both sides. What's 180 minus 15? 165. And your last step is going to be to divide by 5. So if we do 165 divided by 5, x is equal to 33. But they want to know the measure of each angle. So plug it back in. If x is 33, then angle A is 33 because it's x. Angle B is 2 times x, so what's 2 times 33? 66. Angle C is 2 times x plus 15 more. So 2 times x was 66. What's 66 plus 15? All right, so we got 66, 15. That's 11. That's 81. So angle C is 81. What should these three angles add up to? 180. All right? All right, now those are all angles inside of a triangle. Now, the nice thing about the angles in a triangle and a straight line, the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Well, a straight line adds up to 180, and that's where exterior angle comes in. Exterior angle means the angle outside or on the exterior of the triangle. And basically all it says is the angle outside the triangle, that's angle 1 here, is equal to the two angles that are non-adjacent. That means not beside it. That's adjacent. So the two angles that are not beside it, they're also called remote angles, are angle A and angle B. If you add up angle A and angle B, it'll be the same as angle 1. So what we're talking about here, if angle A was 50 and angle B was 70, 70 plus 50 is 120. This angle here has to be 120. That's the easy way to find it. This angle has to be 120. Instead of finding this angle and then subtracting that from 180 to get this angle, just add the two angles that are the farthest non-adjacent angles away from it. So if I did want to find this angle here, they're not asking for it, I would do 70 plus 50 is 120. I would do 180 minus 120, which is 60. And again, if this is 60, doesn't this angle beside it have to be 120 because it makes a straight line? All right, so that's exterior angle. All right, so here's what we're talking about. The easiest way to find x right here is just add these two non-adjacent angles. They call them remote interior angles. Non-adjacent angles means the same thing. So let's do 53 plus 78. 8 and 3 is 11, 12. It's got to be 131. That's it. That's all you're doing. This is basic. All right? Now, what if the angle is on the inside and they gave you the exterior angle? You remember 137 should have equaled x plus 48. So now it's just a one-step equation. What would you do to solve for x? Subtract 48. All right, so if we do 137 minus 48, 89 is our answer. So x is equal to 89. All right? Now, sometimes it might be a binomial or you got to do a little bit more work, but the rule doesn't change. This angle on the outside, and this is what you'll see for homework, is equal to these two angles added together, x plus 65. Now you just have variables on both sides. Get rid of x. So 2x minus x is x. X plus 10 equals 65. What are you going to do to get rid of that plus 10? X is equal to 55. Now just be careful. Does it say find the value of x? Yes. But then it says find the measure of the exterior angle. So what do I need to do to this answer here? Plug it back in. So 2 times 55 is 110. 110 plus 10, this angle should be 120 degrees. That's what you're doing. They really don't get that much tougher than that. Same type of problem. This is equal to this plus this. Same type of problem. Get rid of x. 2x minus x is x. 72, how you get rid of the minus 11, plus 11. 72 plus 11, x is 83. Okay? But again, find the measure of x and the measure of the exterior angle. What are you going to do with that 83? Plug it back in. So you're going to need to do 2 times 83, which is 166 minus 11, 155. This angle should be 155 degrees. That's what you're saying. All right? Well, what if you have two binomials? Doesn't really matter. This on the outside is equal to this plus this. So that's 2x plus 17 plus 22. I would clean it up before you start moving stuff. Those go together. So 6x plus 23 equals 2x plus 22 plus 17 plus 39. I'd move the 2x over. 6x minus 2x is 4x. Move the 23. So 4x is equal to 16. Divide by 4. X is equal to 4. Is that all it asked for? No. Find the measure of each angle. Well, you know that one's 22. Well, what's 2 times 4? 8. What's 8 plus 17? This angle should have been 25 degrees. This is 6 times 4. That's 24. What's 24 plus 23? This one should be 47 degrees. That's it. All you got to do. All right, last one. Same thing. They don't get any tougher than this. If you can do these, this is simple. outside exterior angle is equal to the two non-adjacent or remote interior angles added together. All right, I'd get rid of x. 3x minus 7 equals 110. How are you going to get rid of minus 7? Plus 7. All right, so we got 3x equals 117 divided by 3. Again, you can use the calculator on these. X equals 39. But it also said find the measure of each angle. You know that's 110. If this is x, then this one is 39. And this one must be 4 times 39 minus 7. So if you do 4 times 39, that's 156 minus 7. That's 149 degrees. And it should work. 110 plus 39 is 149. It has to work. Okay? All right. There'll be a sheet for homework. It should be open. Just you're only going to do a certain number of problems. You're not going to do all of them. So make sure you do those. Either print it out or rewrite the problems on a separate piece of paper. Make sure it's a clear picture. Upload it to me. And it should be submitted by Monday morning, 7:45.